What all isms have in common is that they are based on stereotyping. The idea that some group is other than you and therefore less human, perhaps, and it makes it easier to distance yourself from them and harder to empathize, and their concerns become less of a right to you, less of a human right. And the way they all function, ageism, sexism, racism, homophobia, is to maintain power structures. They're not about how we look. They're about how people in power assign meaning to how we look, and they enable people in power to pit people against each other. Stay-at-home moms versus moms in the workforce, Polish factory workers against black factory workers, whatever it is. And those struggles enable the status quo to stay intact. Because of its history in slavery, racism in America is unique and has a particularly ugly and damaging legacy. Sexism and ageism are deeply bound up, though, with each other, and they all three combine, of course, because everyone gets old. And I think it's very important from a broad social justice perspective, of course, to add ageism to the list of these isms that divide it, because that hasn't happened yet. And because discrimination on the basis of how old we are is no more acceptable than discrimination on the basis of anything else about ourselves that we cannot change. And also to look at the role that ageism plays in making all these social justice causes less effective. If we don't have multi-generational teams to deal, right, and collaborations and programs that tap into people of all ages to redress sexism and homophobia and racism, those movements will be less effective.